Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Hi, Dan.
Hey there, Veronica. It's been an interesting day for us here on the Central Coast. Some of you may have actually had some rain today, although not a lot. Brief showers move through in the early afternoon, in some cases late morning. It's been pretty quiet since, so we're still on the lookout for some additional shower activity and hopefully not any dry lightning, but it's certainly a possibility tonight.
Hopefully not, right?
All right, so here's a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf tonight. Things pretty calm. We do actually have some low clouds which have finally made their return to the coast tonight, but at the moment, for the most part, we're just looking at partly cloudy skies. Right now, temperatures, looks like we've got a data outage. 50s to low 60s around the bay. And into the hills, it's a little bit warmer right now. Also, on the humidity side of things, it is kind of damp and humid around the coast in the marine layer. Above that, it's dry. There should be some numbers here. There aren't. Have a data outage, but we're talking about much lower levels. And then above that, it's humid again as that moisture moves in from the north. In the meantime, with that damp, cool conditions along the coast, we have some low cloud cover out there, along with some high clouds beginning to move in. I want to switch over to the water vapor here just to show you another look at this plume of moisture. We can see the much drier air right here. This like coppery color, orangish color is drier air. And the leading edge of that moisture got here yesterday, so we're kind of in the midst of it. It's not the most moist air possible. We see much higher moisture values across Arizona right now where there's plenty of thunderstorm activity, but it is certainly some moisture in our mid levels, and it is going to be sticking with us into tomorrow. This is our future moisture tracker, another way to look at things. We can see through tomorrow afternoon it's still here, but notice how quickly it comes to an end tomorrow night into Wednesday. So really this threat of any shower or thunderstorm activity goes through about tomorrow afternoon and then comes to an end. So we got to get through then, but we still in the meantime could see that slight chance of a shower or even a dry thunderstorm. So looking at our forecast overnight, temperatures dipping into the mid 50s for most areas. Patchy fog will be possible, and on top of that, we still have that threat of an isolated shower. I really don't think we'll see much overnight. There's just a slight chance of lightning. It's like a non-zero chance, so I have to mention it for you, so I don't want you to panic. I don't really see much amplification of what's going on out there right now, but it's still possible we might see an errant lightning strike overnight, but not expecting widespread issues. You don't have to start panicking or anything, right? It's just a possibility overnight. In the meantime, temperatures again in the mid 50s, an isolated shower possible, but not really appreciable rainfall. Future track is showing a few of these isolated little cells possibly moving up across the region overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And then into the day tomorrow, we might see an additional shower or two across the region as this moisture continues to move through the region. Otherwise, expecting a kind of similar day tomorrow to what we had today. Partly cloudy skies. You'll have a mix of a few low clouds at the coast and then those mid-level clouds coming through. It might be feeling a little muggy for cities around the bay again, and for inland areas, you're going to be hot and dry, even with these clouds moving around. Tomorrow night, maybe a little bit more low cloud cover around the bay than we had tonight, but not by a lot. Let's take a look at my temperature forecast for us. Well, actually, let's look at our future lightning tracker. It does show a few very low end, low threshold types of data points coming in tonight. So it, again, is showing just at least a very small threat of that dry lightning overnight. But it's a small threat, but it exists either way. Here's my forecast temperatures for you. Tomorrow, highs in the 80s for the most part in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Down on the coast, staying in the 70s. A little bit cooler out on the north coast. Davenport only topping out at 63 tomorrow. You've been warmer over the last couple of days. Watsonville to Salinas, low 70s, closer to the bay. You're going to be in the 60s. Northern valleys, 80s and 90s in the Santa Clara Valley. So there's that hot, dry air. It is there. It's just away from the coast. On over to the peninsula, a little on the cool side tomorrow. We might squeeze out mid 60s in some areas, but closer to the points, we're going to be in the low 60s tomorrow. And then points southward will be in the 80s for most of the Salinas Valley, 90s to 100s in our far southern areas. And then again, closer to the coast, you're looking more like 80s. Looking for the 7-day forecast for coastal cities, temperatures kind of hovering through Wednesday into the upper 60s, which is seasonable. Then cooling a little bit toward the end of the week. I do expect an increase in low clouds that may linger into the daytime hours, which we haven't really seen over the last couple of days. Well, at least not today. We had a little bit of it this weekend, although it was still pretty warm away from the coast. A little different story is we'll be cooler plus the low clouds, I think, by the end of the week. Looks like we'll warm up a little bit through the weekend. Inland areas also cooling down slowly here over the next couple of days. You're going to have those winds in the afternoons on the valleys, but otherwise mostly sunny skies. And again, any lightning threat ends tomorrow afternoon. And after that, I guess the most exciting thing on the 7-day is that the latest sunset of the year is coming on Thursday.
Oh, we're looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Dan.